when we see Jupiter ascending, there's reptilians and there's grays in the movie.
Time ago, someone figured out how to replace deteriorating cells with new ones. Today, it's as easy as changing a light bulb.
Where do you get these light bulbs?
You grow them.
Like clones?
No. Clones lack genetic plasticity.
Footage was recorded by a woman venturing into the forest when she spotted something rather unusual. Within the highlighted red circle, you can make out a translucent moving figure that bears a humanoid form. The speculation is that this entity could be a so-called glimmer man, or invisible terrestrial entities as some like to call them. Sightings of such entities are relatively rare.
Lenticular lens, which, depending on orientation, makes only horizontal or vertical lines visible. While this design can create the most realistic effects,
Where are the clouds? Where are the clouds?
Yeah, remember that? It's adding up. The math is starting to math.
This
right?
intriguing.
Yes, we have cloaking technology.
Laser scalpel, and they began to make an incision in her neck. In other words, they were very likely going to peel her face off, just like the legends say. At this moment, Talia began to struggle. She began to lift up the mask, the helmet of the guy behind her, the gringo holding her from behind. And as she was doing this, somebody, I think it was him, or if not the Peruvian guy who was holding her legs, one of them slapped her in the face. And when they did this, they dropped her. And this gave her a moment in which her mouth was no longer being covered, and she was able to scream. So she hits the ground, she screams. Her brother and her family members are on the other side of the house on the porch, sitting there outside. They have their flashlights on them. Talia's brother gets on the scene with his flashlight. The neighbors are up higher on the hill. They come down with their flashlights, and they all see the same thing. What they see are two individuals, these two individuals we just described, dressed in black, head to foot, very tall, hovering on these platforms.
Welcome back to the coolest channel on YouTube, man. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Let's get this video to like 20,000 likes, y'all, so this can get out to the masses. But look, I prepared a crazy one for y'all again today, man. Look, y'all already know how I get, man. But look, I appreciate y'all for tuning in, locking in with your boy. This is a safe space for like-minded thinkers on this channel. We ain't got time for the negative stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Somebody commented on one of my last videos and said that, man, you need to stop talking, bro. You know what? I just want to let you know, you just shut the fuck up and go watch somebody else's videos. Like, I'm not that channel that's gonna sit here. I do this for me. I do this for the people that's like me. You know, if you don't feel the vibes, then kindly move on in silence. That's all I ask for, you know what I'm saying? You know? Did I say it nice enough? But look, hey, look, let's get into this video right here, man. Don't skip a damn thing, because look, it's a lot of information in this video. Make sure you're going out here to do your own research. Don't believe nothing that you see in these videos. And if you're going through a tough time, just know that we're going through this thing called life together, and you're never in it by yourself. But let's hop into it though. Y'all let me know if the math is mathing.
Seize him. Cut his throat.
When we see Jupiter ascending, there's reptilians and there's grays in the movie.
Keep paying attention, y'all.
long time ago, someone figured out how to replace deteriorating cells with new ones. Today, it's as easy as changing a light bulb.
Where do you get these light bulbs?
You grow them.
Like clones?
No. Clones lack genetic plasticity. Several million years ago, a gene plague caused by cloning nearly annihilated the entire human race.
I was told the house of a brass exceeded the earth. Is that where you get it?
Your Earth is a very small part of a very large industry. In your world, people are used to fighting for resources, like oil or minerals or land. But when you have access to the vastness of space, you realize there's only one resource worth fighting over. Even killing for. More time. Time is the single most precious commodity in the universe.
So sorry, I just don't understand what you mean when you say claim your title.
Well, it's common for people in the first estate to leave a trust for any potential recurrence. My mother wrote her future self into her will. Right now, Balem owns the title to Earth, but once you claim it, the Earth will belong to you.
Yes, we have cloaking technology.
November 16th, 2023. Here, let me give you guys a better view. There you go. Okay, welcome to Cloud University 101. When you see flat bottom clouds like this, and the strip at the bottom is black, what you are looking at is a cloaked ship emitting clouds to cover itself and using DED technology. It's called dark emitting diode. Just like LED, light emitting diode puts bright white light out. Dark emitting diodes puts black light out and blacks out everything exposed. Look at that. We got an armada here in California today. We had radical booming in the sky last night that was not lightning. It almost sounded like some type of bombs or charges were being let off in the air. Rocked my house like nothing ever has. There you go, San Diego, California. You're looking at a mothership.
The aerial machinery that the geoengineering system utilized.
Y'all look at the technology and stuff like this, and y'all know where, I don't know if y'all know where I'm going with this one, but look, pay attention.
Are equipped now with cloaking technology. The cloaking technology is called DED, dark emitting diodes. Through quantum cavities and absorption of photons and bending light, it renders all aerial machinery completely invisible to the naked eye on the ground. This is sometimes why it appears that trails just show up out of nowhere with no trace of any visible machinery.
Got a fruit fly. There we go. I got you. Y'all see the cloaked chemtrails, right? We've been talking about that like a year ago.
Now look at this shit. If you don't think our government had this 50 years ago, if not longer, you sadly mistaken. Now they also got it on a larger scale than this, okay? Which means, what can you do with invisibility, people? All right? I mean, there's so much you can do with invisibility. So, trust and believe. If they got invisibility, they also do have ways like time warping, like stargating, like they can pop into your house and you would not know it. You might be hearing the floor creak or something like that. Wake up, people. The technology is insane.
Alien using what?
And then like some people was like, oh, that's green screen or whatever. But no, did you notice like you can see his hands from you know, like check out, just look at, go back into it and look at the hands, you know, and then this is going to show you other cloaking mechanisms that's used as well. But look,
Like bending tech to cloak.
Where are the clouds? Where are the clouds?
Yeah, remember that? It's adding up. The math is starting to math.
This
right?
intriguing footage was recorded by a woman venturing into the forest when she spotted something rather unusual. Within the highlighted red circle, you can make out a translucent moving figure that bears a humanoid form. The speculation is that this entity could be a so-called glimmer man, or invisible terrestrial entities as some like to call them. Sightings of such entities are relatively rare. However, eyewitness reports describe these beings as typically standing between 5 to 7 feet tall, often found in woodland areas, and occasionally seen perched high in trees. They are said to exhibit exceptional agility, moving swiftly across both land and water. These entities are known for their ability to seamlessly blend into their surroundings. It's believed that if a glimmer man detects that it's been seen, it will shadow or tail you with the intent of urging you to depart from its territory. While reports of sightings are gradually increasing, the true nature of these beings remains a mystery. Are they extraterrestrial, or do they belong to the realm of the supernatural?
Alien versus Predator vibes, right? Hold on. Hold up.
Of all the ways to try to cloak, perhaps one of the most effective and easiest is a giant lenticular lens, which, depending on orientation, makes only horizontal or vertical lines visible. While this design can create the most realistic effects, it is also the least practical. It is basically just stage magic with mirrors. This may be the closest to real cloaking, where the light is actually bent around the concealed object. This can currently be achieved with a series of lenses. I think the coolest is digital cloaking. Notice how the image on the tablet screen changes to match our perspective as we move side to side. This was achieved by recording the scene from multiple angles. Then, with the use of a lenticular lens and some good programming, we create an effect similar to what the 3DS does. What is shown here is just a prototype.
Just a prototype.
¿Cómo que tu nombre, mamá?
Es así.
Es un ovni. Es un ovni, mamá.
¿Eso, güey? Eso no es un avión.
Sí, es. Es un avión, güey.
¡Sara!
No es, cabrón, si no te hace ruido.
No, es un ovni, es un ovni, es un ovni, es un ovni.
Si no hace ruido, cabeza.
¡Ven a verlo!
Olvídate, hace
¡No,
ruido.
te paso poco! ¡Poquito! ¡Un ovni, un ovni!
¿Y de las nubes?
Olvídate, está haciendo ruido, güey. Ahí. Es un avión, coño.
¿No es?
Sí, es de lucecitas.
No mames, no es avión, ¿cómo es avión de tamaño, hijo de puta? No mames.
Sí, está altísimo, coño.
No, güey, no es avión, no es madre. No chingues. El avión no tiene luz hacia los lados, coño.
Es por la, ¿cómo se llama?
Aquí está prendiendo azul y blanco, debería estar prendiendo rojo, coño.
Sí tiene color rojo, coño.
No tiene, coño.
Sí tiene, güey. Es un avión, coño.
Es una sola luz, no es una sola luz, güey.
Es un avión, coño.
Encounter. They were very tall. One of them, which she calls the gringo, was taller than me.
Remember, this is a update on the Peruvian situation where they were coming out the trees grabbing a little girl. So he actually went out there and investigated this himself. So just pay attention.
Considerably tall.
You'll see the correlations I was just talking about.
Taller than me. The other, I think she said, was about my height, if I recall. That one I dubbed the Peruvian. The reason why is because according to Talia, these individuals spoke Spanish. The taller one, she says, spoke Spanish like me, like a gringo with an accent. And the smaller one spoke like a Peruvian. And I specifically asked Talia, The Spanish that this individual spoke, was there an accent? Was it Ecuadorian? Was it Bolivian? Was it Cuban? Or did it sound like Peruvian? Did they have an accent? She said he sounded just like all of us. So I started calling this individual the Peruvian. So that's what I'm going to refer to them. The Peruvian face peeler and the gringo face peeler. We don't know if they're people. I'm not saying they're
Mind you, they were cloaked, and also they said that they resembled, like when they actually seen them, they appeared to look like the Green Goblin from off of like Spider-Man and stuff like that. So keep that in mind. And they were actually like off of the ground, hovering with small lights coming from the bottom of their feet.
They're human beings. This is the testimony that Talia gave us there in her backyard. So these individuals have her in this manner. But they're hovering, mind you. They're hovering on these platforms. And they proceed to lift her up. Now, I don't recall, Doug, if she was telling us something about how she was speaking very, very softly. She was very, very nervous. She was telling us something about how they attempted to lift her off the ground, but couldn't. Somewhere in the course of this encounter, they were attempting to lift her off the ground, and for some reason they were having a hard time. So they took her behind this hut that's there on the property, and then they proceeded to take out a powder. The Peruvian put some powder in his hand, and then he put some cream. He had this little bottle with cream in it, and he mixed the powder and the cream together. Then he took a nasal syringe, he sucked up the substance and shot it up her nose. And she even tells us that at that point she heard the Peruvian guy say, be careful, don't apply too much. You're going to ruin the flesh. And then she later explained that what she heard them saying was something about how if they apply too much, the flesh is going to stick to the skin when they take it off. Something along those lines. It wasn't exactly clear, but something like that. And then, and I may be skipping some minor details, and then they took out one of them took out a small device that you and I think is a laser scalpel, and they began to make an incision in her neck. In other words, they were very likely going to peel her face off, just like the legends say. At this moment, Talia began to struggle. She began to lift up the mask, the helmet of the guy behind her, the gringo holding her from behind. And as she was doing this, somebody, I think it was him, or if not the Peruvian guy who was holding her legs, one of them slapped her in the face. And when they did this, they dropped her. And this gave her a moment in which her mouth was no longer being covered, and she was able to scream. So she hits the ground, she screams. Her brother and her family members are on the other side of the house on the porch, sitting there outside. They have their flashlights on them. Talia's brother gets on the scene with his flashlight. The neighbors are up higher on the hill. They come down with their flashlights, and they all see the same thing. What they see are two individuals, these two individuals we just described, dressed in black, head to foot, very tall, hovering on these platforms, on these circular platforms. And Talia is lying there on the ground, bloodied up from the incision in her neck. Her face is swollen. And Talia says that at this moment, she heard the Peruvian face peeler say to the gringo, let's go, let's get out of here. And the gringo replied, no, we can't just leave her here. And according to Talia, he proceeded to grab her by the hair and try to drag her, perhaps lift her off the ground on his platform. The neighbors see this, they have their flashlights, they start to yell, and eventually the gringo drops her, and these guys maneuver themselves to where there's an opening in the trees, and they lift off the ground at a high rate of speed and disappear into the sky.
One of the things to understand here is that This is an area that is residential. It's surrounded by houses. Where this event happened was in her backyard. It's the one fruit tree that's in her backyard. Down a slope is a big chicken coop type thing, and then it goes back uphill, and that's where supposedly Talia was found by her father or brother, one of the two.
No, she was not found on the hill. She was found actually lying behind that hut.
Right in that little gully.
Now
area.
maybe she can't remember, Doug. Maybe that's the last thing she remembers. Maybe the gringo, let's call him the gringo face peeler, maybe he dragged her up the hill by her hair.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's out of it. She's only at this point she's under the influence of an induced some sort of a chemical that's inducing a semi-conscious state, and she's basically going unconscious at the end of this.
Yeah,
incident.
I wish we could have had a toxicology test done on her to see if it was narcotic based or not. The cream that she put on, or that was put on her face, reminiscent to me, it sounds like a very high dosage lidocaine mixed with something else that vasodilates the blood vessels in the face. We did see the two scars. We saw them. Actually, it was Cisla, the father, showed us the picture on his phone the night it happened. And it looked like two burn marks.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like lacerations. It looked like the beginnings of two distinct burn marks, where not like it was precision, but like if someone was struggling. They missed the mark the first time and restarted.
Right.
One line was longer, one line was shorter. One of the things that she described, though, is as the man grabbed her, whichever one it is that grabbed her the first time by the fruit tree, he was down on the surface and hit something on his ankle like a button and activated the circular platform.
Yeah, that caused it to lift off the ground. Yeah.
Yeah. So thinking of this, they had to move so quickly, both of these guys, that we're not talking about like a hoverboard that you can buy at, some knick-knack place, even one that costs tens of thousands of dollars. This is a piece of equipment that's very agile, very mobile, and is very efficient, which is not what we've researched lately. We haven't researched anything that matches the description of what these guys were on.
No, we have nothing like this. This is not conventional technology. From all the descriptions that we've heard, it does not appear that we're dealing with propellers. This is some other kind of persuade. And she even tells us that at that point she heard the Peruvian guy say, "Be careful, be careful."
Have y'all seen the new Mountain Dew commercial?
Now, we gotta like how y'all feeling about that? That's giving me Jupiter's Ascending, Alien versus Predator vibes. But then on top of that, I just didn't want to leave you on a cliffhanger with the Peruvian story, because we haven't talked about it in a while, and I've just seen this update right here. Great job, for them getting boots on ground and actually going out there figuring these things out. That's what I aspire to do in the future. I would love to meet these guys. But look, on another tip though, how y'all feeling about that? Do y'all think that it's some type of government entity or some type of entity that controls the government, just follow the money behind all of this? And what do y'all think about the Blue Beam situation? Do you think that it's a Blue Beam, like they're setting us up for their grand finale to have us all believe, and then behind the mask, it's really these niggas? But I mean, this just gets a little bit weirder, right? But let's hop back into this, y'all. Pay attention to this. Crazy. Check out this commercial, though.
You're gonna want to see this. Look at this, y'all. What? Oh my goodness, boy, it is Reptar, boy. They always told us. Look at this. And then at the end it says your soul needs dew. Have y'all noticed reptilian is part of this year's theme? Y'all notice that? All these reptilian shows and movies that are coming out. I guess this would be Meg Thee Stallion revealing her true self. Janelle Monáe reptilian side came out to play this year. I think they're getting ready to reveal themselves, y'all. Let me know what y'all think. like, comment, and share for more videos like this. Keep up with me on my other platforms, especially on my YouTube, where I go deeper on these subjects on the esoteric level. Let's get this shit.
Quantum stealth. This amazing invisibility technology was created by Hyperstealth Biotechnology Corp. And has been dubbed a real-life Harry Potter invisibility cloak. The quantum stealth, as it's more commonly called, can obscure objects, making them appear invisible. The sheet is made of light-bending material and boasts the use of something called broadband invisibility. The technology could be used to hide anything from ships to vehicles to spacecraft.
Come on, Cloud.
Like I told y'all before, I'm surprised that that's still on the internet. Y'all know me, you know. But
show yourself. Whatever. You can't hide anymore. We done seen you up there. Just have to be patient, I suppose. Not one of my strong suits. Look, I see it. Right through the branches up there, guys. You see that? Forming right in front of your eyes? Look at that. Look at that. Tell me that is not weird. And you've been standing here just as long as I have. Now there's the cloud I've been talking about. And it appears to be moving. Now come on, guys, you can't admit. That is not normal. That is creepy. This cloud came out of nowhere. Just a normal cloud in the sky? No. Let's watch this thing for a minute here, guys. This is weird.
So y'all know what's going on in Iceland right now. How they had over 1,000 earthquakes back to back. And how them earthquakes, they caused this volcano to erupt, right? But there's something a little more sinister that's going on. See, this huge crack, it appeared in the middle of the town. But then they start hearing unholy sounds come up from the earth. And now people, they're hearing strange sounds, unholy sounds, come up from the cracks that are now all through Iceland, as y'all can see right here behind me. Now we know we in the end times, right? Could this potentially be a portal to another realm, if y'all get what I'm saying? Because why is people hearing stuff now? Like, it's really any day now that it can all just pop off. Any day now. We're hearing more and more strange things. This is beyond strange. A big crack pop up in the middle of the city after all these earthquakes, and now people are hearing stuff. Screams and screeches. Now let me know what y'all think about this strange phenomenon that's going on in Iceland in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom, and stay tuned. Follow me on YouTube if y'all want that exclusive content.
I ain't gonna hold you, like that seems like some San Andreas type vibe right there. Like let's be real though. Like I understand that like money is an issue, right? But I'd rather go live somewhere, bro, where the ground is not making strange ass noises and stuff. Like as soon as I hear the ground making strange noises, oh, it's over. I'm gone. It ain't no debating and stuff like that. The ground is cracking and stuff. It's only a matter of time before something crazy go down, right? Like, how y'all feel about that in the comments down below? Are y'all moving or y'all staying? You know, you can always reinvent yourself. But not if the streets is going to swallow your ass.
I said, what? This science and this evidence is being kept secret for religious reasons? It's likely that on Earth, prior to the modern era, there have been civilizations far advanced beyond where we are that for which we have very little record. And when that record is found, I think it's kind of swept under the carpet. Years ago, when they did the Mars images, and they found that there were these obelisks and strange-looking objects on Mars, I went out to the Goddard Space Flight Center here outside D.C. to meet with Mark Carlotta and some other scientists there, and they said, "Yep, it's been pixelated out for the public, but there are structures there." And they were very ancient, but we're talking millions of years old, millions. Here's the issue. You're right, those exist, but we can't disclose that. I said, why? It's not an operational ET device. It's not, it's old. He says, yes, but you don't understand how powerful this information is. I said, why? He says, if this was disclosed, it would collapse the fundamentalist orthodox belief systems of every religion on earth. And you would have to come up with something a little more rational, right? Than the world is 6,000 years old. This is true, by the way. Those of you in urban areas, you need to kind of wake up a bit about the rest of the world.
This is a very serious message. The Lord showed me in the realm of the spirit where I saw Vladdy doing a worldwide broadcast. I mean, this went viral. You mean the media couldn't stop it. And he was addressing the African Americans, is Vladdy. He was addressing the African Americans, and he was basically spilling the beans. Like,
he ain't just spilled the beans. He was throwing them beans everywhere, y'all. Like, he is not playing no games no more.
Spilling the beans, yeah.
Y'all seen that video, so y'all refer back to my old videos to see what that is. He's in the thumbnail. It's crazy.
And it was telling the African Americans about their history and who exactly they are. And the Lord says that he's got to deal with the African Americans because they have to wake up first. Because once they wake up and understand, you might say, oh, some of us, yes, some of them know who they are. But the majority is fast asleep. They don't even care.
Yeah.
But when Vladdy, the Lord is going to use him to do this thing. And when they're awake, everything else will fall into place. Everything else will fall into place. And the Lord showed me Vladdy just spilling the bean and telling them exactly who they are. That they are the people of the book. And that he's got evidence and he's got artifacts. That is what I saw in the spirit when Vladdy was talking. That he's got artifacts as evidence to show that they do not belong to Babylon, US. They do not belong there. This obviously caused a lot of uproar with the Babylonian countries. Like obviously your Babylon, US, your Babylon, UK, your Babylon, France, and all these other countries who were hiding a highest true people. And let me repeat that one more time. What I saw in the spirit, the African Americans, they have to realize and they have to wake up to know who they are before, and this is going to happen before the second Exodus. So it's like a preparation. So because I said to the Lord, when is this going to happen? But what I saw in my spirit is like a preparation.
How you doing? So this is level 4, all right? So this section is prints and drawings, all right? As you can see, prints and drawings. Now in this room right here, You could go up in here and they have a lot of paintings and drawings, right? But what I'm looking for, okay, I keep telling y'all what I'm looking for. I came here day before yesterday to look for this, but a lady who worked here said, hey, you know what? They have this picture that I'm looking for in a private section, and you have to set up a private viewing. My question is,
why? How
are you just able to walk into the Native American section, North America and Mexico? Then this right here is supposed to be here, but it's not. All right, she said, no, you have to make a special appointment. So I already told y'all how I got this appointment, right? So we about this. I'm on the search, lineage. I'm on the search, looking for the emblem of America. So come on, mate. We gotta find it, okay? All right. Boom.
What y'all see?
Can I just flip through the...
Even our documents, everything was spread around the world for us not to have this type of access to. So, you know, I'm just showing y'all this so y'all can actually put eyes on. You can go see this stuff for yourself. But a lot of people would love to sit behind a computer and just type bullshit because your emotions are tied to everything when it shouldn't be. People of all colors, shapes, sizes, whatever, should be able to sit down and have civilized conversations without name calling and being fucking idiots. You know, I stand for what's right. But just keep checking this out. It's crazy that you have to really know what you're looking for or they're not going to show you.
Pages? Oh, that's the only picture here, right? Well, just this, yeah. So when was this, what was the information on that in terms of when was it printed or created?
I'll find out.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right, so I'm in the private room right now, and yes, please, yes. Thank you. So I'm in the private room right now, and I had to sign a little waiver. Okay, so yeah, man, this is real. It's real. It exists. It's in the British Museum in the private section, and you have to have a private appointment to come see this. So they have the black and white, and then they have the colored. Emblem of America. That's what the original Americans look like. All right, lineage, I'm about to get out the private room. All right, as you could see, like I said, this is real. I'm here, okay? I can't touch anything. Baby told me I can't touch it, but I'm here, I'm real. All right, and like I said, this is the emblem of America in the British Museum in a private section where you have to know what you're looking for to ask. It's not just on display. You have to make an appointment, show ID, and sign a waiver and everything, all right? In the British Museum. So this is what our ancestors look like in terms of complexion and, you know what I'm saying, dark-skinned, copper-colored people. We are the original people of the Americas. This is your brother, Chief Kalinago. Trust me, it was worth it. Like Monday, Tuesday, and our ancestors put all this together at the last minute. All right, one love. Hey, what's good, y'all? So I'm about to get out of here, man. Like I said, I found the emblem of America. It was a little journey, you know, back and forth, but trust me, it was worth it, man. And you have to ask yourself this question: why is it that I could just walk in to this section, like I said before, you know, it's called the Living and Dying, you know, North America and Mexico, and you're able to see all these natives, right? but to see the emblem of America, I literally had to set up an appointment for that, and our ancestors just work it out where they were able to fit me in. Like I was supposed to make an appointment, like I said, 2-3 weeks ago, you feel me? But I asked the ancestors to make this possible, man, to show y'all it's real. It's actually in the British Museum, and it's not just some random, painting on the internet. You see what I'm saying? So I was glad I was able to find that. You feel me? So, hey, I'm about to get out of here. Today's Wednesday, the 9th of August, and I'm about to get back, and hey, man, it's already a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day, and I give thanks to our ancestors, man. You feel me? Love y'all, man. Let's continue to rise and come together, and let's make this happen. You know what I mean? This is about reclaiming our birthright. You feel me? America, the Americas, that's our motherland, and we're not gonna allow anybody to take that from us. You feel me? So we gotta come together, we gotta stand, we gotta unite as American Aborigines, and that's what this is about. All right, peace, one love.
Finally.
Just gotta think why you go through so much trouble just to show us anyway, because the internet is here. Now it's gonna be hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of people that see this video. We start to understand things in a mature way. That's why I gotta keep saying this, man. I do appreciate y'all for tuning in and vibing out with me doing these videos right here, because it means everything to all of us. Once we start thinking like a unit, then we can take our power back, as far as like living in your purpose, because I want that for everybody, because that'd be exciting for me to see everybody else step into their purpose and to see what they just come up with. I love when people is doing, living in their purpose and thriving, and being genuinely happy, not just happy to be here, if you notice the difference. But let's keep getting it though.
After all this time, I found one. Ladies and gentlemen, a sulfur ball in the ruins of the city. This has been tested before, and these are almost, very highly pure sulfur.
Sulfur, crazy.
Look at that, look at that. A perfect sulfur ball, just like the Bible says that fire and sulfur destroyed this place. Wow. I'm so glad I found one. Okay, with this piece of sulfur that I managed to find, I'm now going to burn it and see what happens. Here we go. The whole thing is like sponge. That is not a normal shape. That doesn't look natural at all. That is definitely seems to be a man-made shape. And is this not enough evidence for people to find all of these man-made looking structures, ashen remains, crumble in your hands, in the location where we're told in the Bible as evidence of God's judgment, as described by Josephus, historian, but then also finding circular, almost pure sulfur balls in the middle of the ash, in the middle of the walls and the shapes of the buildings. Is this not enough evidence for us to see that A, the Bible is true, and B, God is a just God, and we need a saviour?
Hey babies, it's Mama T, back with another one. There's a lot of controversy going on about that book in the Bible with the verse in the Bible where God tells Saul to kill all the people in Samuel 13:5, the Amalekite people, That's real controversial because, you know, according to the book, it say God said kill the men, the women, the children, and even the animals.
Animals do.
I always wonder what the animals do. Makes you wonder. Anyway, I was talking to a baby girl about that, and she said, well, you know, those people was probably evil, and God just wanted to kill them. I said, damn, what the animals do, though? She ain't had no answer. I said, well, if God could kill a whole world with a flood, he couldn't kill a little group of people. Why he tell people to go kill people after he wrote don't kill people? Makes you wonder. Then she gonna make more excuses about it. Well, we just don't understand how God mind works. We just humans. We trying to think about God like humans. Okay. Then I said, well, why God tell that man to go take his baby up to that mountain to kill that baby? Well, he stopped him. He wouldn't let him do it. I said, but why would he even tell him to do that? Because he was just trying to test his faith. I said, why God gonna test how much I love you by making me kill my baby? Makes you wonder. I said, baby, let me ask you something. If God told you to go take your baby up to a mountain and kill it, would you kill it? She looked at me and she said, See, that shit right there is the problem. Y'all gonna listen to these voices that come inside your head to tell you that God said you go over there and kill your baby, and you gonna kill your baby. That ain't no different than them boys that go and shoot up them schools and say, God said do it. It ain't no different to them babies that go in there and kill their parents in their room and say, God said do it. It ain't no difference when the women go take their children and drown them because the spirits told them that their babies was evil. And y'all say, oh, those are demons. I said, baby, how you gonna know the difference when your God do the same thing? See, God shouldn't tell you or test your faith by making you go and take your baby and kill it to prove
that shit crazy.
Faithful onto it. You sure that's God? And if that's God, what kind of God is that? It makes me believe that there are many gods because it says don't worship no other God but me. So your God know that there's other gods. Oh, that's not what that's what it say. So now this leaves room for misinterpretations. Because am I supposed to read it for what it says, or do I gotta search 7 chapters down and 5 books before and 3 chapters after, in the New Testament to the Old Testament back to the New to make sense of what this God is talking about?
Right.
Make that make sense, baby. You know, then I had put out some videos about the ancient goddesses of Arabia. And some of you be like, well, if y'all was so this and that and the other, how you let a lesser God take over you? Well, baby, ain't that what they did with y'all? Y'all was walking around here say we ruled the whole planet. Well, if you was the rulers of the whole planet, baby, how they overtake you? I'm gonna tell you how. The same way you overtook us. See, this wasn't no God that was doing this. This is man doing this shit. Saying that God said. Why would God need you to go kill somebody else unless you wanted to do it yourself? Why you gotta always rule by violence and rape and pillaging and say God said do it? Did God say do it? Or was man telling you to do it? Then none of you want to be accountable for this shit. Y'all all talking about how 99% and 1%, the 1% ruling the 99%. Y'all good for saying this. It's the 1%. It's the elite. It's the elite. Well, baby, if the elite only make up 1% of the population, what's the other 99% doing? Letting it happen far as I'm concerned, 99 is much greater than 1. So what's stopping the 99 from preventing the 1% from doing all this atrocities to it? You know what it is? You waiting for the day of judgment for that to happen. You waiting for God to avenge 1% of the people to save the other 99. That makes sense to y'all. Why is it that the 99 can't save itself from the 1%? Why is that so hard for humanity to come together and stop the evil of the world if it's all being controlled by only 1% of the people? But then you want to create a boogeyman and say that's the devil. But if I check the similarities between the God and the devil, they do pretty much the same things. But that's blasphemy. Y'all are waiting for something to come save you. I wouldn't be surprised if the beings up there is looking to see if we're going to come together and save ourselves. We know what's wrong. We see what's going on, but you're blaming it all for something because you was told to wait for something to come save you. So you lose all accountability. You do a lot of fuck shit on this planet. Then all you got to do is confess your sins to this one person and you clean while you go back and do the shit over and over again. What kind of sickness is that? What kind of sickness is if you even think of contemplating killing your own baby because something in your head told you to do it? And then you make excuses for the shit. That's scary. You talk about this and you talk about that, but what is you doing to correct all the madness in this world when you scared to even question it? You wonder why the world is as sick as it is. Let me tell you something. If I was them beings up there, I would wait until after the cataclysmic event happened and whoever survives it, these the ones we finna work with. Because the rest of y'all crazy as hell. There's no way I'm coming to save 99% of y'all. Only 1% is doing all the wreaking and the havoc. And you want me to come save 99 of y'all? Honey, I would not waste my time with any of you. I'll be like, okay, let's just sit up here and see if they're going to come together and fix this. Or they just gonna let the earth do it. And whoever left, then those the ones we gonna work with. That's just my take. Mama T, y'all be good. Bye.
Y'all go ahead and support Mama T, man. Shout out to her. You know what I'm saying? Look, this ain't about your emotions, about your feelings, about nothing like that. This is simply just about the information, you know, and for us to have these conversations. And I have to keep reiterating that for y'all know. I'm sorry that I gotta keep mentioning this, but you know, some people out here in the world that just not on this level of thinking yet. And they be saying this the dumbest shit, you know. So we just gotta keep saying it for the people in the back. But look, we got to think about the hypocrisy that we've been seeing and all the manipulation and the lies through the years. And like I keep saying, we've all been programmed to think like that, or they attempted to program us, but some of us just wasn't going, you know. But it is what it is, though. Put your feelings to the side and just see the information for what it is and do your own research and come to your own conclusion. Don't be influenced by nobody, not myself, not anybody. You go find these things and you'll see.
So I just seen the video.
Why you think they like to touch children and stuff like that in those places? And it's notorious for that, like crazy.
And they just laid off
those are the good people.
Bunch of Amazon workers for no reason at all. We got people out here that's crying and stuff. They don't know what's going on. They don't know how they gonna pay their bills or none of that, right? But I'm finna show y'all something, because I told y'all it was coming. I told y'all this was coming. This was going to happen, and now look what's happening. All these people that's standing out there just got laid off for no reason. Well, if y'all look down right here, Amazon says warehouse now has deployed more than 750,000 robots. And see, now the math of that is, why would you pay somebody something that a robot can do for free? Work 24 hours, don't complain nor need breaks. Now let's be honest, 750,000, that's a lot of robots. that's also a lot of people's jobs that just got replaced. I told y'all, if y'all don't have a purposeful skill or y'all know how to program the robots, in the future, what are you going to do for money or a job? That's for you to find out. Let me know what y'all think about people getting laid off at Amazon and all these 750,000 robots just got deployed in the comments.
But look, yo, that's just a glimpse into what's going on in the world right now. Look, I'm gonna do a poll, man. I'm gonna start doing like a weekly poll to get a video that y'all really want to see, that y'all really want to get put out there, that y'all just want to see more information on. I'm gonna throw some topics out there, and y'all gonna get the vote, man. And the lane that get the most votes, that's what we gonna do, and we're gonna see what we come up with. And it's a lot of information out here. That's why this is just fun for us nerds, us dorks, whatever you want to call us, to get on here and talk about the stuff we want to talk about that, you know, most people ain't talking about. They want to talk about love and hip hop and sports and stuff like that all the time, but you got to disconnect and see what the real world is really like and tap in, you feel me? But look, we're growing by it every day, man. We be to 1 million subscribers in no time. I do appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'll continue to do this. I'll continue to support the community, and y'all giving love and support back too as well. You know what I'm saying? So this goes both ways. But do me one favor. These videos don't cost you a thing to watch. Smash that like button. Share with a friend. Show me that you support the channel, and I'm going to keep doing the same. Stay consistent. You know, keep your foot on the gas, and you can do anything that you want to do out here in the world. Real shit. Just tap into it. Be real with yourself, and don't let nobody change you or discourage you from trying to be yourself. And that's real talk. You know, they're trying to take your power away from you. But look, like I always say, man, spread love, because there's too much hate in this world. Love you guys. I'll see you in the next video, and I'm out though. Bye.